set now off 1918.
Got a touchdown. He throws down in the middle and complete to the plane. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the 2019 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. This is the LRSD TV presentation. I thank you for joining us. My name is Brian Cameron, and I'm joined by Greg Kiesman tonight as we are going to bring you this annual event. We're going to start off tonight with the playing of O Canada, and then we'll get right into the game after that. All right, folks, again, thanks for joining us tonight for the 2019 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. A showcase of grade 12 talent, or grade 12s who are all-stars, but one last kick at the can, one last showcase before they head on to bigger and better things, Greg.
Yeah, looking forward to a great game here today, Brian. Of course, we have Team Bresh in the white jerseys and Team Sangster in the blue. We're looking forward to a great all-star game here in Investors Group. We're looking down at the coin toss, but just a little bit of information in terms of Team Bresh in white and Team Sangster in blue. Team Bresh is named that in honor of Coach Bresh over at Murdoch McKay, who passed away a few years ago. He's the creator of the high school team at Murdoch McKay, and the coach of that team is Jordy Wilson from the Winnipeg Rifles, and on the other side in blue is Team Sangster, and again that's in honor of the late Lawrence Sangster, who was the creator of or helped organize and launch the Kildonan East football program in that school. So Winnipeg High School Football League honoring some influential people who helped create some great football programs in the Winnipeg High School Football League.
And as you said, we're looking forward to a great game because this is a showcase of the all-star talent from this previous season that won with the Anavet Bowl by the Vincent Massey Trojans. We see a number of players down there now, and we'll see a number of teams from across the province. Even though it's the Winnipeg High School Football League, there are representatives from cities and towns all from one side of the province to the other. So it really is a wide array of talent that we're going to see today. Some of them, the last kick at the can. They're not going to lace up another high school football game. Some of them are moving on to other teams and then moving on to universities, Greg.
Yeah, this year has been an outstanding year for the Winnipeg High School Football League. We've, in terms of students that are high school students that are moving on to other programs, and we're going to highlight them throughout the course of the game here. There's some great kids who have played some fantastic football in Winnipeg High School Football League who are moving on to university level programs. Obviously right here in Manitoba with the University of Manitoba Bisons, and some of them moving on to the Winnipeg Rifles. We have a outstanding football program here in the province. We've had quite a few or quite a number of kids who have been drafted in the CFL this year. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But just to highlight a couple of the numbers, Winnipeg High School Football League currently has 17 alumni that are currently fighting for positions or starting positions or fighting to join CFL rosters right now. So 17 players across Canada right now fighting it out for jobs, Brian.
Well, and that's a testament to the hard work by our coaches and volunteers across Manitoba, not just Winnipeg, in terms of creating some fairly high-end football players. Temperature's about 12 degrees, almost no wind today, so it will be not much of an impact in the game. I like to think of it as perfect football weather. Just cool enough that it's not going to impact the game, and not too hot that has any kind of impact on the game either, Greg.
You're right, Brian. I think kids are going to have a fun time out here. I think the coaches are all excited, and I think the refs are excited to get into the game now too.
I'll tell you who's got to be pretty excited today is Jeff Bannon, because this is his inaugural kickoff, his first big game as the new chair of the Winnipeg High School Football League as he takes over for Rick Hankowicz, and we're looking forward to chatting with him later. Rule that you may not be aware of for the Senior Bowl is there is no actual kickoff, so Team Bresch will take over on downs at the first and 10 from the 35-yard line. So there will be no kickoffs throughout the whole game. That is a Senior Bowl rule. So right off the bat, our first play is a run for about 6 yards, taken right up the middle.
Yeah, so Brian, this is an all-star game. Some of these kids are moving on to bigger and better things, so there's not going to be a huge amount of hits or devastating tackles and stuff like that, but kids are out here having fun.
Second play, hands it up in the middle again to number 22, who will get more than enough for the first down and get up to about the 50-yard line. Good run by number 22, and that is, sorry, we got a bit of a change here.
I don't think we have him on our roster, so
I heard Stevens or Stevenson from the announcer, so hopefully we can get that name in a bit, folks. So third play, drops back for a pass and looks way downfield, looking for number 14 and just outside the reach. So number 4, Jackson Chichinski, who I believe has committed to the Bisons, Greg. Looking.
Yeah. You're right, Brian. He's a quarterback with an outstanding arm. He's about 6'5", very poised, very experienced quarterback back there. So look for big things out of him from this game.
And throwing to a very familiar target, his own Vincent Massey colleague, number 14, Ben Harrington. So that will make it 2nd and 10 from just inside the 50-yard line. And again, he looks pass and he will throw and find. Oh, intercepted right into the hands of number 9 from Crocus, Dominic Erickson, who will eventually get tackled on the play at about the 9-yard line. But I'll tell you, Greg, I don't know what Jackson was looking at there, but wide open to picked up on the number. By Dominic Erickson. So that will give Team Sangster 1st and 10, 1st and goal. Pardon me, from at the 10-yard line.
Perhaps maybe I jinxed them on that one.
Maybe.
There's a little bit of pressure from the left defensive end, and Tuchinski might have just felt that pressure and unloaded it. Or, it's an all-star game. These kids haven't had very much practice, so maybe a player took a wrong pattern route.
So first play is a run play and sweeping out to the outside, and not much between him and the goal line. Opens up the scoring for Team Sangster, number 84, wide receiver Tristan Hutter.
That was a nice jet reverse to Tristan Hutter coming from the right to the left. Great blocking downfield. Just a little note here, Tristan Hutter, I believe, is committed to University of Manitoba Bisons as well.
So handoff on the play by number 11 from Daniel Mack, Kieran Benson.
Yeah, Brian, one of the best things about this all-star game is the fact that you got kids from all the different divisions in the Winnipeg High School Football League that are grouped together and play together. So some of these kids have spent 4 years playing high school football and haven't had an opportunity to strap on and play against some of the other teams. So nice to see all the kids from all the schools in one place playing this game.
Another example of Senior Bowl rule, Greg, is there's no defending on the point after. It's just an attempt, a kick attempt by the whatever team has just scored. So in that case, that makes the score 7-0 for Team Sangster to start off with. So once again, no kickoff. Team Bresch will take on from their own 35-yard line.
So I'm just looking down at Team Sangster here. The head coach is Dennis Radlinski from the North Winnipeg Nomads, and obviously he's pretty happy to be up 7-0 in this game.
Just barely over 2 minutes in the first quarter gone. So pitch out and hang on to the ball and looking up the middle himself and throws it out, but fumbled on the play and picked up again. Another turnover. And Team Sangster will take over again from the Team Bresch 25-yard line. Jackson Tuchinski was trying to pitch it out, and unfortunately I think it got knocked down a bit.
Yeah, I don't see the replay here, but I think it was Vince DeRosa from St. Paul's, number 21, who picked it up. I could be wrong on that, but I think Tuchinski was trying to do a little too much, and probably should have just taken the tackle and gone down on that one.
So we will continue with number 11, Kieran Benson, and he will look to pass downfield, but this time he's caught from behind, maybe just a little too long.
On the sack there is big Kyler Filowich from Vincent Massey. Loslin and Filowich had some experience there because we had the St. Paul's versus Vincent Massey in the Winnipeg High School Football League Championship game. And if you guys tuned in or watched that game, Filowich blocked the tying field goal attempt by St. Paul's. So certainly Filowich is one of the players that we want to watch during today's game.
So loss of about 6 on the play, so that'll make it second and 16, pardon me. So Benson looks back and he will throw the ball up and overhead and just through the hands, over the head of his intended receiver and just through the hands of the defender, number 7, Brandon Cammons. So that may make it 3rd down.
I think he's looking for Ethan Snurch there from Daniel Mack. So Brian, here's the field goal attempt.
And again, with Senior Bowl rule, there is no defending it. It's just a straight attempt. Attempted on the play by number 21, Vince DeRosa. And wide to the left.
Great attempt, though.
Yeah, lots of distance.
That was a great leg. There's a little bit of wind coming through from the north here, Brian, so maybe you pushed it a little bit.
So Team Bresch will take over from on downs with 11:22 in the first quarter left. From their own 31-yard line. And let's see what young Jackson Tuchinski can do this time. And he will start in the shotgun. And he will hand off and going inside and finding a bit of room, getting up to about the 36, so gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
Nice little inside run veer on that, so good read on Tuchinski's part to hand it off.
And handed down to number 33, Keyshawn Gaskin, another player that Mr. Tuchinski is familiar with.
From Vincent Massey.
So he looks to pass this time and he will throw it up. And caught on the play. Great pass by Tuchinski, and will get up to about looks like just inside the 40-yard line. That will be short of the first down though.
That was a great throw and catch. There was excellent coverage on the play by Yanchishin from Dakota. Yanchishin, my understanding is that he's moving on to the University of Calgary to play for the Dinos.
So they're going to go for it. Looks like under a yard. Hands it off and finding lots of room upside the middle, and we get more than enough for the first down again is Gaskin. will get 6 or 7 yards on the play, and we'll have 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line.
Great push by that offensive line of Team Brush.
So that would make it 1st and 10. He's looking to pass downfield again, and through that, almost intercepted again. And this time there's a flag on the play. I think they're going to call pass interference.
Pass intended for Hezekiah from River East. He's a player that we got familiar with from the Winnipeg High School Football League finals. He had a great game for River East in that game.
So that will make it 1st and down. It is a pass interference call against Team Sangster. So 1st and 10 from about the 51-yard line. And find some room to the left side, and eventually finally pulled out of bounds by number 31 from Team Sangster, and that is Josh Patterson.
Good hustle on that play to bring down that ball carrier. Well, nice to see Team Brush moving over, getting the ball moving here and getting over the midfield mark.
So starting from the 39-yard line with 8:50 left in the first quarter. He looks to his right side and complete to his receiver, but doesn't get much this time. Complete to number 14, and that will be Ben Harrington. A gain of maybe a yard.
Brought down on play by number 3, Madison Spivak from Dakota.
So throughout the game, we're hoping to get a few people up here for some interviews, some coaches, and Jeff Bannon, of course, the new chairperson of the Winnipeg High School Football League, who will chat with about what he likes, what he's looking to do, and things he'd like to get moving forward with the league. And we're excited to hear from him.
Of course, Jeff is taking over from Rick Hankwich,
who did an excellent job. Yes! Complete on the play.
I think it's Hezekiah.
Yeah, and threw it just as he was going to get hit to Hezekiah. So complete, and that will move the ball down to about the 16, 17-yard line.
Nice pass and catch there.
So after a bit of a rough start, Jackson Tuchinski's got a good drive going here.
Yeah, he's kind of settled down a little bit.
So this will drop off, and he's going to look right into the middle there. And again, he's up and into the arms and caught and complete for a touchdown to number 14 one more time, Ben Harrington. Great pass and throw.
I think they've done that before.
I think they've seen that. So great series led by Jackson Tuchinski will bring them to within 1. And stick around after the game today, folks, because we will see the choices for MVP before we sign off. So stick around. We have lots of football ahead.
So it looks like Team Bresch is going for 2 here, Brian.
Which they do have the option to do. Tuchinski looks into the corner. And flag on the play, but comes up with the ball, so we'll see if he's going to get the convert, and I would think he would. Complete to number 2, Brock Gates from Calvin.
Tuchinski threw that pretty high in the air.
Yeah, he gave him lots of time to get underneath it.
Came down with a little bit of ice on it.
So waiting for the call. Now, I couldn't tell who pushed off of who, though, Greg. Oh, they're calling it against. Oh. All right. So that decline, that's a 2-point convert. That puts the score 8-7 for Team Brush with 7:17 left in the first quarter. One thing I did notice, Craig, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. I think, are we running 15-minute quarters this game?
Well, typically they're 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So they might have given them 15 just for
the Senior Bowl.
For the Senior Bowl.
So it looks like the penalty is applied against Team Sangster on their first possession, or their possession after the score, so they will actually start from their 20-yard line. Again, remember, folks, there is no kickoffs, so they will just go straight to possession. So Benson starts with, but watched on the play and read quite well by number 89 from Team Bresch. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Help me out, Greg.
Was it 99, Brian? Hard to read the number. Isaiah Latander?
Maybe 99.
From Calvin? He's got some size to him, that kid.
That's a big young man.
Yep.
Good speed, though.
Yep. Excellent read. Good upfield penetration. So we haven't really seen too much of Team Bresch's or Sangster's offense here, other than the one play where they scored.
And given that they've actually taken a loss of about 3 yards here, we're going to have to see if young Kieran can get something going for them.
Looks like Lawson's come off the field. Or, sorry, Devin Matcham from West Kildonan. Sorry, Daniel Mack, number 11 there.
So I got to think this is going to be a pass play, which is what probably everybody's expecting. Yeah, you're right. Number 7, Brody Lawson is in from St. Paul's. And he is going to look to pass. Not much there, though. He's swamped right away. And another loss and tackle on the play of about another 5 yards. Big rush from Team Bresch. And that will make it third and even longer.
Once again, great upfield penetration by that defensive line.
And it was tough from our vantage point to tell who actually made the tackle because there were so many linemen around young Brody Lawson.
Looks like they're going to be punting. Oh, giving up 2.
He's given up 2, so that will make the score 10-7. 5:17 left in the first quarter.
So a lot of players have played in this game, Brian, that have gone on to university level or junior level, but some of them are also competing for the Big Blue. And a couple of them most recently drafted Brady Oliveira from Oak Park. Obviously, he played in this game as a running back. We have Andrew Harris. We have Jeff Gray.
Might have heard about Andrew Harris once or twice.
Yeah, kind of a good player.
Yeah.
Nick Dembski.
Another guy we might have heard about once or twice.
DJ Lalama.
Oh.
Thomas Miles. DJ Lalama from St. Paul's. Thomas Miles from Churchill. Abu Conte. And Tariq Lachance and Dylan Schrott, Sisler High School.
So that pushes the ball, because of the way it is, no kickoff, reminder, folks, so that the Team Bresch will take over from their 35-yard line. And as we are getting ready for the next series of downs from Team Bresch, we're going to invite in here the new director, the new chairperson of the Winnipeg High School Football League, Jeffrey Bannon. Welcome, Jeff. Jeff, how are you doing?
Great. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being here, guys.
Your first real kick at the can, and how do you think things are going so far?
I think the boys look great in the uniforms. I think they're having a good fun out there, and it's a great celebration to the end of their career. So it's turned out to be a great day, and it's football weather, so it's great to be here.
So we know that you are, of course, to be here, you're a huge fan of football, but you must be absolutely soaking this up and just loving it right now.
This is like Christmas. That's the best way I can describe this. Anytime we get a chance to play football, it's I got up extra early today, excited, and any day you can play football or be part of football, it's special to me.
Well, I know I've seen you around the stadium just ripping around doing things, and nothing but a smile on your face as you're flying around all over the place. I know you got lots of things going, so that's great. So tell us, Jeffrey, what kind of plans do you have? What kind of things would you like to see happen for the league down the road?
Well, first thing is we have to recognize our athletes. Social media, these athletes are on their phones 24/7. So if we can bring basically the game to their tablet or to their phone, that's what we want to do, and we need to recognize them at a provincial level, because far too often it gets expensive for these kids to go to the next level for provincial team or national team programs. And if we can do that locally and bring the people who judge to Manitoba, I think that's the first step. Second step is to, at the end of the day, make sure the coaches have what they need, from equipment to, we need better fields in Manitoba. There's no doubt about that. And that's a long-term goal, but what we have at Dakota, obviously we can't all have what's here. That's a huge priority. Second thing, safety. Can the coaches have the equipment that they need to teach the players how they need to tackle properly and hit properly? And then the last point is to stay out of their way. I've learned if I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room. And once I said, let the coaches be coaches, let the administrators be administrators, and let athletes be athletes.
Nicely said. So during that time, I got to tell you, we had a turnover, a complete pass to Asher Wood, then fumbled on the play and picked up by Team Sangster, who will get a chance to take it over from the Team Brush 50-yard line. Excellent, and I must tell you that when you talk about the social media and what you've been doing, gotta love what you've done with the website. It's looking really good, and I think that's really going to make things pump things up. I mean, the website in the past was great. We found lots of information on there, but it's nice, a nice change for it. In terms of, let's talk about these type of games. Is there anything that you'd like to see happen that's different, and because we're running similar to what we did last year? Anything?
I think this has to be a night game. I think this has to be Friday night under lights. I think we have to have, the support from the Bombers is great, but how can we make this a little more intimate? How can we showcase these athletes? How do we give them a big send-off? That's really what it is, because this is all their last high school football game, and some of these gentlemen will never play tackle football again. It just needs to be a little more special for them, and I don't want to use the term Pro Bowl, but we have to a little more bells and whistles if we're going to continue with this, because that's what these gentlemen deserve. Any
chance that we're going to get the, and I know they used to call them the Red Feather games in, help me out if I'm wrong, in late September? Any chance we might get those back again?
There's plans in the works of things. So we're working on a couple of things. That's actually the community behind the support behind us, and with Football Manitoba, they're on board for what we need to do, and working with the coaches, the Winnipeg High School Football League has been nothing short of phenomenal.
I got to tell you, Jeffrey, I love the glint in your eye when you just talked about that. So
if we're playing poker, I'm out. I'm folding right now, because you know what I got.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. So we're gonna chat with you a number of times throughout the year, of course, and we're gonna keep bringing you back up here, because we love your energy for sure, and things. I think you're gonna bring some exciting things to the league. So thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, folks, we're back, and after what was a huge loss on the play, Team Sangster is in a deep hole and looking down the field and caught on the play, and will come more than enough for the first down, received by number 32. And I'm looking for number 32 on my list, Greg, and I can't find him. Okay. We'll try to get that name for you, but what a great catch to give Team Sangster a first down.
Great throw by number 11 there is Lawson.
Lawson? Brody
Kieran
Lawson?
Benson.
Oh, no, Kieran Benson, that's right.
Daniel Mack.
So Benson looks, and cutting to the outside, to his right side is number 28. Not finding a lot of room, Nick Moore from St. Paul's. In fact, might have been lucky to get back up to the line of scrimmage again.
Jack Schaffer from Vincent Massey coming up and making a nice tackle on that. Well, great momentum so far from Team Sangster, moving the ball deep from their own end here.
So that will make it 2nd and 9 from about the 35-yard line. Looking back and looking for some downfield, but finding nothing, and will be brought down by who else? Oh, no. Looks like number 64 this time from, and that is Josiah Bradbury from Vincent Massey. So joining us again, we have another honor for another coach from River East, Jason Hawkins, head coach of the Kelowna East Reavers. Thanks for joining us, Jason, and what do you think of what you're seeing so far?
It's a great display of high school football here in the province. The athletes amazing. I was commenting to a few people down in the stands about the quality of play, for 3 days and they're at it. And my hat's off to Jordy Wilson of the Rifles and Red Linsky here with Team Sangster. Amazing job of getting these guys ready and the high quality football. And you got to be excited about what this can do for your program, seeing this kind of thing out here. It does. You know what? And even we have guys coming out. We're fortunate this year. We have 4 players on Team Sangster, and we have a lot of seniors coming out to watch today. And it just creates a nice buzz, especially this time of year. You're trying to get interest going in your program for spring camp heading into September, and this is a great job of doing that. So what are you looking forward to in this upcoming season, and how do you think your team's going to do? I'm looking forward to a number, Jeffrey, I know you were talking to him earlier. His energy, I really appreciate it. And in the meetings we've had, he's bringing in a real fresh perspective on things, real good energy. I'm looking forward to the bigger picture, the league itself. We've done a lot of work the last few years trying to work with league structure and trying to get things in place so all teams feel some success. On our end, it's kind of a rebuilding year for us, but the league is set up to allow for that. So being part of the committees with the league, I'm looking at that bigger picture of trying to make our league better. So now Jeffrey talked a little bit about we got the Murray Field at Dakota Collegiate, and is that something that you'd be looking to try to build up or work towards at Kelowna East? It would be nice. We're fortunate enough to have our turf field there at East Side, so that works out really well for us in that regard. But it would be nice. I know what he means about fields and even evening games, and even when you get late into the season, that late October, November, you start getting really limited on where you can play. So again, the bigger picture of the high school football league, the more fields for the athletes, the better. Okay, now we know, and Greg likes to say this often when we're doing our games, and that's there are more teams actually competing in this area than even like the NFL in the sense of the number of teams. Do you see the Winnipeg High School Football League expanding more, and if so, what would that look like? It's interesting as a head coach. I've been involved with the league since when I was with River East Kodiaks back in '99. So I've been 20 years with the league, and it's expanded nicely. I think we need to really work on the product we have, work on the athletes we have. Definitely, there's a little bit of expansion with Springfield joining us this year, but I think you always have to be cautious. You always got to make sure you're putting a good product on the field, and make sure you have athletes and make that happen. You don't want to over-expand and then you get a poor quality of play. Right. So I think right now with the way we have the league structured and with the 30-plus teams, if you include the JV, we're sitting around 40. I think right now we're at a good number at this point. Okay. Yeah. So and by that you mean you don't want to thin things out. It also can create this movement of players, I suppose, between schools, and you don't want to see that either. No, exactly. And we've noticed in our building, I know there's some players that play in our backyard that are opting to go to other schools for different divisions, different reasons, and I respect that. Athletes have their choices. But yeah, if you thin it out some more, then now you got more players going to other schools, and it's a little tough. I mean, it's nice if you play in your community, build what you have, and go with the guys that are in the neighborhood. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to jump in here. Just an interesting play we just missed here had going on while we were chatting, and that was kind of ball bouncing around in the air. Young Jason Chajinski throws it up and eventually brought down by number 5, Phoenix Lowen, after it been knocked around a couple of times. Great play.
thank you very much, Coach Hawkins. Appreciate your time. I'm sure we're going to get you up here sometime or another throughout the season, and we'll be chatting again, I'm sure.
I appreciate it. And just on a side note, all the work you guys do, we really appreciate it. It's amazing the job you guys do over the last few years, and it means a lot to us as a league and as a coach, and getting our product out there and our kids out there. So thank you.
And we at that point we should also definitely thank the Winnipeg High School Football League for letting us be part of this. We love it. We have a lot of fun. We definitely look forward to any time we get to get connected to it. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Great. So talking to Coach Hawkins from Kildonan East and of course Jeffrey Bannon, and great to see the energy that Jeffrey's going to bring to the league. Now and again, as we said, that's no slight to Rick, because he did a fantastic job. I loved working with Rick Henkwich, but he decided it was time to move on, and I think he's got a good replacement, Greg.
You're absolutely right. There's been some outstanding commissioners of the Winnipeg High School Football League, and starting with even Ron Gustafson, where we expanded the league into, I don't know, from 15 to almost 30, 35 teams over the course of Ron's career, and Rick has obviously grew the league as well, and it developed a junior football program and stuff like that. So it's just taking off in terms of the development, and you could just see the product on the field as mentioned earlier. The product on the field is just getting better and better. These players are in condition. They're stronger, faster, better training methods. Football is just taken off in this province, and you could tell by how many kids are going on to the second level and even playing pro.
Throwing up an individual touchdown on that play. Sorry, great comments, Greg. And then during that play, Chichinski throws it up and into the corner to number 81, and that is Sam Hezekiah from River East, who again, as we said a little while ago, we spoke of a lot earlier this year when we were covering some of our championship games. And again, one last comment, if I can, to Rick and to Jeff, that these are volunteer positions, and the commitment that these guys put into the league and to come up with what they've got on the field here is just outstanding. Just a display of their passion and commitment to getting kids to play at this level, Greg.
So obviously, going back to the field, they were going for two here after an outstanding pass and catch for a touchdown. It's kind of funny because they're talking about the product on the field, and what an outstanding throw and catch on that last play.
Yeah. So it looks like, from what I can tell, for the Senior Bowl, they are playing 15-minute quarters. Again, some of the rules are changing, and we're seeing them as we go. Because I'm looking at it is 14-14 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, and then getting back to your point, Brian, about the amount of commitment and hours volunteer. All these programs are run by people that are spending hundreds of hours volunteering, working with kids, and sometimes you're running a program where you need the kid, and sometimes the kid needs to play football. So that's why I love the Senior Bowl so much. You got a variety of different kids from different types of programs all coming together and having one last great time. I was out at practice the other day and just watching the kids joking around and the coaches, talking with the players, and it's just a great environment.
So Brody Lawson complete to number 81. Starting 1st and 10, flags almost right away to Aiden Campbell from Dakota. We'll see what the flags are. I'm assuming it'd be an offside call. It is offside against Team Sangster.
There's always an amazing amount of players out here that sometimes they don't right away go into a university program. We see some kids that are moving on to the junior programs that take a year or two to even develop some more size and strength and just some skill level. And even the Winnipeg Rifles are a great opportunity for these kids to continue playing.
So make that 2nd and about 12, and throwing it up to the ball and complete on the play to number 84, and nobody's going to catch him as he's going to go in to score. What a great throw and catch to complete to number 84 from Team Sangster, and that is Tristan Hutter from St. Paul's.
Probably the reason why Brian Dobie signed him on to play at U of M, Brian.
Nice wheels.
Yep, great wheels. Great throw. What anticipation by Lawson to make that throw.
And I guess those two probably know each other quite well too. And under pressure, by the way. So, and it looks like, so that will make the score 16-14. And it appears that Team Sangster will go for 2 also. So Lawson will run to his right, looking for some blocking, and will try to go in and get it himself, but is knocked out just short of it.
Just missed the corner.
Just missed the corner, but a good run and try. Blocking just ahead of him just was enough because they pursued quite well. Team Bresch, pursued quite well and didn't give him a lot of room. So that will keep the score at 16-14 for Team Bresch. What a great game we're having, Greg.
Yeah, it's been outstanding. After a little bit of a shaky start, a couple turnovers, everything's all the players are playing great right now, and we're seeing some great throws and catches from quarterbacks to receivers here.
So during the regular season, we would play 12-minute quarters. So really, we're getting an extra quarter of play today. So 13-15 left in the second quarter. Lots of football to go, and the score is 16-14. We're going to have a great game today. Handed off on the play, this time by number 11, Devin Macham from West Kildonan. Takes over a quarterback for Team Bresch. So that will get about 4 yards.
So earlier, Brian, I talked about the drafts in the CFL. Brady Oliveira was chosen by the Bombers, and he obviously played in his. Oh, great block there from Oak Park. Zach Williams from Murdoch McKay, Ron Bresch's team out of Murdoch. Another kid who went to the Calgary Stampeders in the second round. We have Shai Ross from Dakota. Was selected in the 5th round, 40th overall by Edmonton, and I know Ross is right now with the New York Giants, Brian. So right out of University of Manitoba, he's down with the Giants right now.
So knocked down on the last play by Evan Melville Toth. So that will make it 3rd and about 7 on the play. So Team Bresch will kick. Good high punt. Fielded on the play by number 2 from Team Sangster, that is Everett Findlay, who will find a bit of room down the right side and will eventually pushed out right at the midfield line. Everett Findlay from Garden City.
Nice return, giving Team Sangster great field position right at center field. Also drafted this year was Tariq LaChance from Vincent Massey. Derek Dufault from Dakota, who was selected by Hamilton. And Samson Abbott was selected by the Red Blacks.
So 1st and 10 from a midfield stripe, and taken on a fly inside with number 84. But hit hard on the play by number 99 from Team Bresch, Isaiah Latander from Calvin. Run on the play by number 84, and that is Tristan Hutter from St. Paul's. We said that a few times earlier this year in one of our bowl games, Greg. Mentioned young Latander's name a few times.
Yeah, he's a great player. Some really good players in this game, Brian. And the last draft pick was Cody Cranston out of St. Paul's, who went to in the.
So Lawson will shotgun, and he will roll and find a bit of room up the middle, cutting around, but will be about 3-4 yards short of the first down. For a bunch of young guys who haven't played much football for a little while, we got a good game going.
You know, in the last little while, all the high school teams have had their spring camps and spring exhibition games and stuff like that. So yeah, you're right, Brian. Some of these kids probably haven't had equipment on for a little while, unless some of them gone to the university spring camps.
So 3rd and 2, and Lawson will start from the shotgun. Hands inside to number 28. He will find a lot of room, pushing all the way down to about the 27-yard line. Number 28, Nick Moore from St. Paul's.
Richards on the tackle. Moore is a little bit more of a hammer than a nail on that one, Brian.
Yeah. Lots of room. He found quite a bit of room there. Good push up front from the Team Sangster front line. So that will make it 1st and 10 from about the 27, 28-yard line. Lawson drops back, looks down to his right side, flagging the play. I think we're going to have a holding call. Complete.
Oh, nice catch, just keeping his feet in bounds.
Would have been enough for a 3rd down, but I think that's coming back on a hold, and yes, it is.
Ethan Snurch on the catch. Good job. Just to keep his hands in, his feet in bounds, and great hands. All for naught, though, because of the holding call.
Blue number 74. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Penalty against number 74 from Team Brush.
1st and 20.
Sosiak out of Grant Park. Well, 1st and 20, Brian.
So Lawson will start from the shotgun. He will look at wide open right up the middle is number 84 from Team Sangster.
Obviously a breakdown in coverage there for him to be that open, Brian.
Tristan Hutter.
The 2 defensive backs are just talking about which coverage they should have been in.
So 6 points makes it a 20-16 game for Team Sangster.
Hutter did a great job just running down the seam of the zone there. Basically, in a zone like that, you want to run away from the players, run in between them, and great throw and catch by Hutter on that.
And in Senior Bowl rules, if they're going to go for a single point, there is no defense of the ball. It's just an attempt. So it's knocked down, and when it goes right through the hands of the place setter number 7, Brody Lawson. So number 21 there, Vince DeRosa, doesn't even get a chance to make an attempt because unfortunately we weren't able to pull the ball down.
So at 10:04 left in the second quarter, we got 20-16. Great game here, Brian.
We are having a great game. Lots of football left, and already the score is 20-16.
So I'm just looking down at Coach Redlinski, and he's having a good time with some of the players and coaches, enjoying the beautiful pass and catch on that last play.
So we got a flag on the play. This time in the defensive backfield. It was a handoff by number 11, Devin Macham from West Kildonan. Tackled almost right away on the play, so we'll see what the penalty is.
Looks like Preston Cole from Murdoch had the run. And again, we apologize for the names if we mispronounce.
Moves the ball up to the 45, and it is a 1st down for Team Breck.
Okay, so that was a too many men call against Team Sangster. So that will make it 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. And going to his left side and finding a tiny bit of room. Flag on the play again. Being run on the play by number 33, who I don't have on my list. Oh, no, sorry, I do. Keyshawn Gaskin from Vincent Massey. It appears the flag is against Team Sangster again, so 2 penalties in a row is going to keep the ball moving further downfield for Team Brush.
Unnecessary roughness charged against Team Sangster.
Unnecessary roughness,
Ball
Brian.
up to the 50-yard line.
That's a bigger penalty.
Unusual penalty for the Senior Bowl. We don't hear that one very often.
Well, 2 penalties back-to-back against Team Sangster. Coach Radlinski's not too happy with that.
That will give 1st and 10 for Team Brush from the Team Sangster 50-yard line. 8:40 left in the second quarter. Number 11, Devin Macham, lines up in a shotgun, and he will look to pass. Hit just as the ball comes out, and I think he was intending for his receiver, number 32, Preston Call from Murdoch McKay.
Gabe Stevenson from Garden City, number 34. Great hit on the quarterback. It's good, clean hit, not head-to-head or anything like that. Put him on his ground, made him throw a little early. Great job.
So that will make it 2nd and 10. Always want to take a second to apologize if we're mispronouncing people's names, folks, and I hope you know no intent meant by that or anything. And we get the list of names and we go the best we can, so we apologize for that if we are.
I think it was Braden Stubbs from Vincent Massey on that last carry.
So that was only a gain of about 2, maybe a yard and a half. So 3rd and 8, 8.5. Team Brush will punt the ball.
Good snap.
Ball's up.
High punt.
High punt. Fielded on the play by number 2. We'll find a bit of room on the left side. They'll get up to about the 38-yard line.
Everett Finley with the punt return from Garden City.
Good kick by Matt Kennedy from Vincent Massey.
Well, Team Sangster's back on the field on offense.
And they will start from their 38-yard line.
Well, Brian, I'm pretty impressed with number 84, Tristan Hutter from St. Paul's. He's had some beautiful catches today here at the 2019 Senior Bowl.
So Lawson works from the shotgun and looks downfield and caught on the shoelaces there.
Hutter.
Once again, Hutter's having a great game.
You know, Lawson had over 1,000 yards passing for St. Paul's this year, and he was last year's Anavet's Bowl MVP. So he's no stranger to sitting back in the pocket and throwing the ball down the field. And when you have receivers like that, it's easy for him to throw for over 1,000 yards.
So they're saying there was enough forward motion there for a first down, and they're giving them 1st and 10. So Lawson will hand off and going to the right side, but not finding much room this time, met by number 99 from Team Brush. Again, Isaiah Latander.
Roy Nickel from Crocus Plains out in Brandon with the run. Like you said earlier, Brian, there's teams from Brandon all the way to Fort Francis. Kenora, Dryden, Steinbach. Winnipeg High School Football League is a high school league that obviously goes from all the way from east to west across Manitoba and into Ontario.
Brady Lawson is intended receiver, number 80 from Peyton Yakimishin from Garden City, but thrown into the back of the defender there, and I'm sorry if I missed the number, but
number 58, Carter Wilchar. Sturgeon.
That makes it 3rd and about 8 yards, and Team Sangster will be punting. 5:35 left in the second quarter. High snap, but brought down easily and punted by number 21 from Team Sangster. Great kick, and goes out of bounds at about, looks to me, at about the 22-yard line.
Vince DeRosa with an awesome kick.
Great kick.
Right down to about the 16-yard line.
It's tough to tell where it actually goes out when we're on the other side of the field. Great kick. So Team Bresch will take over just outside their own 15-yard line, just inside the 16-yard line. First and 10. And continue with Devin Macham from West Kildonan, who will hand off and looking for a bit of room to the right side.
Not a lot of room there, Brian.
No.
So well-executed game so far, Brian. There's just under 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Like, there's some great players bringing it today.
Getting up to 20-16 pretty quickly. We've actually seen some pretty good defense over the last couple series.
Yeah, I'm impressed with both the D-line and linebackers for both teams here. They're playing very good football.
So that will make it 2nd and 12, a loss of 2 on the play. Macham will back in the shotgun, and he will throw the ball up and just outside of the reach of his intended receiver, number 14, Ben Harrington.
Well, that's going to force them into a putting situation here, Brian. Team Bresch is they haven't had a lot of offense in the last little while. Not a lot of first downs in the last couple series.
So they will be kicked by number 23, Matt Kennedy, who's just inside his own goal line. Oh, and he's going to hang on and see what he can do with it. Finds a bit of room up the middle. It gets all the way up to about the 26-yard line. Is it enough for a first down?
It's going to be close.
It will be very close. Interesting call. You know, starting from inside his own goal line, will he have enough for a first down? And it's going to be very close.
Team Sangster, Coach Radlinski is. I think they're saying that they're not supposed to do fake punts in the All-Star game. So we'll see what happens here. They're having a little conference.
And if the ref is right and he's sitting on the 27-yard line, that is enough for a first down, Greg. He's sitting right on the 27-yard line. And so they're having a discussion, I guess, whether or not this is possible or not. And
well, with it being an All-Star game, I know they're not supposed to rush punts or try to block it. So I guess they're saying, well, if we're not allowed to block it, then how can you fake it, sort of thing. So,
well, good question. But for now, it is a first down for Team Bresch.
It is a first down.
So handoff inside and not finding much room, and boom.
91 from Dakota, Daniel Okadera, with a great hit, first initial hit on that play.
Now they're calling this as young Braden Stubbs, number 22, and that we have a change in the number we have on our sheet, so I hope it is Braden Stubbs. Getting credit for that. So back up to what appears to be the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. Mitchum from the shotgun. Looked like some movement on the line, but wide open in the middle is number 14. For Team Bresch, Ben Harrington will bring the ball up to midfield.
Nice route. He just ran a skinny post and just slipped in behind the linebacker, and Team Sangster was sitting in zone. He just found a soft spot in the middle there, and nice pass and catch. I like to see a receiver like that just run full speed on their pattern. Obviously put his hand up indicating that he's open, wanting the ball. Great job to catch it with his hands.
Good speed. Good speed by young Ben Harrington.
Great speed.
And Matron for shotgun, hands off and finding a lot of room on the right side is number 28, Daryl Udo from Miles Mack. Great run, Daryl. Darnell.
Boy, exploded through that hole, Brian. Got to the second level very quickly.
So 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Great run from Darnell Udo will give them a first down from well inside now the Team Sangster side of the field with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second quarter. Oh, a missed throw and caught on behind the play because of a bad snap. Tackled by number 31 from Team Sangster from Garden City, Josh Patterson.
Snap was a little bit high on that one. The quarterback just did a good job to recover that and make sure they keep possession.
So 2nd and 15.
Coming back into the game is linebacker Rafael Kilgary from Dakota.
And throwing the ball up from his Moucham and intercepted on the play by number 26 from Team Sangster. That is from Steinbach, Cade Penner. Great read on the play by Cade Penner, and the Team Sangster will take over from their own 22-yard line.
Nice job of Penner just staying deep in his deep zone there and just waiting and playing it and catching it with at the highest point with his hands. Well, Team Brush had some momentum coming out of their own zone there, and with the fake punt and getting a few nice plays there and a couple first downs.
But with just under 2 minutes left, Team Sangster will take over and a handoff to number 84, flag in the backfield, defensive backfield, so we'll see what that's for, but number 84 is coming up once again, Tristan Hutter.
Too many men, Brian.
Isn't that the second time?
Well, it's all-star game, so I guess it's a little bit hard to figure out who's going on the field in certain instances.
So we're waiting for ball placement now. That's going to be very close to a first down. Sorry, it is a first down as they move the flags from their own 32-yard line. Lawson back in the shotgun. And he will look to his left side.
Pressure.
But nothing behind, and he will be tackled from behind by number 50.
Gus Broso from Dryden.
And again, even though it is the Winnipeg High School Football League, we do have teams coming from as far away as Dryden, Ontario.
Fort Francis, Kenora, Brandon, Steinbach.
And they've chosen to be part of the Manitoba Football League, the Winnipeg High School Football League, because just from sheer proximity to competition elsewhere in Ontario, Greg.
Yeah, Brian, there's some great programs. There's great kids that have come out of these, Brandon, Izzy Adonijay, for example, who played in Chicago with the Bears, played for U of M here, came from Brandon and played high school football in Brandon and got a start there. So yep. There's amazing kids coming out of all these small communities as well.
But this has allowed them to, not have to travel so far to compete, because in Ontario, of course, there are long distances. So even though, again, we are a Manitoba league, we do have a number of Ontario teams that are here. So nothing much there for Lawson, and he will run the ball and hold on to himself and get up to about the 40-yard line.
What a very athletic play there by Lawson to make something out of nothing there. All of his receivers recovered. Obviously, he's got very quick feet and he can evade a lot of the tacklers. But great job running downfield and making some great positive yards.
And with a minute 15 left, they call a timeout. Third and about 2 yards to go. It looks down from here to get the first down. Team Sangster calls a a timeout.
Looks like Coach Radlinski there is calling for punt, so I think that's a pretty good call with a minute left here and ball at their own 40-yard line.
I thought it was an interesting call to go for it, but probably safer to go this way. Team Sangster up 20-16.
DeRosa back to punt. Jojo Funk Clements from River East is back for Team Brush for punt return. Love the name, Jojo Funk Clements.
DeRosa lots of time to punt, and will get a great punt away. Fielded by Clements, and he will cut to his right, but hit. And it looks to us by number 8 and number 9 and number 35 from Team Sangster. So that's Dominic Einerson and Rory Nickel. Both of them from Crocus Plains.
Brandon showing up today.
So Team Brush will take over with a minute 2 left in the second quarter, pardon me. And folks, we will have a bit of a break at halftime, and so make sure you come back to us in about 10-15 minutes. So Loesch hands off and looking to find something to his left side. There's nothing there for Braden Stubbs. In fact, we'll have a loss on the play.
Nice job from the Sangster D-line coming up and making that play.
This time handoff and goes, looking for something, bouncing off and making something happening is Stubbs, and he will find some room, flag on the play, and he will just head out of bounds. I think Stubbs knew that something was going to happen there and got pushed out of bounds by the Team Sangster defender. It looks like he took a bit of exception to it.
Yeah, Stubbs didn't like getting pushed out of bounds there, but seen it too many times where a guy looks like he's going out of bounds and then fakes it and keeps going. So, as a defensive player, you got to push him, make sure he's out. Looks like this play is coming back for a block in the back there, just on the edge. Looking like number 2 got in behind the block, behind the tackler, Gates.
Trying to determine if they're going to take the call or not, which will give Team Brushes another second down. So they are going to take the call. It was already first and about 12, so.
That was a tough one because everybody's looking right at the play there, so of course the refs are going to call that.
So make that second and 22.
Well, Brian, what would you call here in second and 22?
Well, it's a Senior Bowl. Go for it. It's a showcase. Let's see what we can do. And he will pitch it out to his right, finding a bit of room. Oh, no, but covered on the play. Number 9 again from Crocus Plains, Dominic Einerson. And I'm trying to see who else helped them out. I think it was Madison Spewak from Dakota Collegiate. So that will be third down and a very long third down for Team Brush, and they will be kicking with 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Maybe give Team Sangster one chance at the end zone when they get the ball. And it's being fielded at the 31-yard line. The flag on the play. Great punt. Fielded at about the 48. Reverse to number 18 from Team Sangster, who will find some room. And again, another flag. I think we might have a face mask on that one. Fielded by number 18 quarterback from Garden City, Jared Alcaraz. Reverse to number 18, Jared Alcaraz.
Alcaraz is going to the U of M as a defensive back, Brian.
So we're waiting for the calls for the penalty, or penalties, I think. Holding against Team Sangster, and I didn't catch the first one.
So just a little bit more about Alcaraz. He's had 1,000 yards, all-purpose yards, and double-digit touchdowns for Garden City this year. And he was also the co-winner for the sorry, just watching what's happening or what they're calling on the play here. But one of the impact players obviously coming out of the Winnipeg High School Football League this year, Brian.
Okay, and we still actually have a flag down on this side of the field, and I don't know.
We have multiple fouls on the play.
The flag hasn't been picked up yet.
Offside, white's number 2. That penalty is declined. Holding, blue number 9. That's a 10-yard penalty from the point of foul, first down.
Okay, so we had an offside which was declined, and then a holding against Team Sangster, which was accepted, and will push the ball back to their own 50-yard line. So 7 seconds left. What do you think? What do you see here, Greg? Are we just going to eat it?
Oh, I think they're going to probably take a knee.
And it appears like that's what Lawson's going to do, and yes, he will. And so they'll have to do it one more time. And there we go, and that should kill, and it does kill the clock. So at halftime, Team Sangster is up 20-16 over Team Bresch for the 2019 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl. Thank you for joining the LRSD presentation of this year's game. We're just going to take a bit of a break, and we'll be back in a bit, 15 minutes, so please come back to see us then, folks.
I'll have a career and I'll have my level 1 apprenticeship. The learning experience has been great. It really doesn't just teach you about plumbing, it teaches you how to problem solve. So the learning experience was learning how to problem solve in different situations and really any situation. Well, it's definitely taught me what to expect on a job site when we do get on the job site. I would recommend it because it gives you a hands-on experience, teaches you how to problem solve, and it gives you a career in the future for once you get out of high school.
Do you want a rewarding career where the work is varied and there's never a dull moment? Imagine yourself using the latest diagnostic scan tools, repair computer software, and the newest tools and equipment while learning to diagnose and repair vehicles. ATC's Automotive Technology program is your first step.
Students at ATC learn the various systems on a vehicle. They learn the fundamentals of braking systems, steering and suspension, drive lines, and we do that in theory in a classroom. We do that in a lab, which is a more controlled environment where we can apply some of those concepts, and then in a live shop environment. ATC has a fully equipped 12-bay shop as well as a lab and a classroom. Our facility is equipped with the latest in diagnostic software and equipment. Our tools and equipment in our shop are similar to what you find in industry. One of the things that's unique to ATC is the amount of time that students spend in our programs, and as a result, it's sort of a very collaborative environment, and teachers and students learn to work together. Students at ATC finish the program with a 4-week work practicum where they get to apply the concepts that they've learned here in a real work environment. Students who successfully complete our program go on to work in dealerships, independent repair facilities, and they're not limited to just that. Some of them take those skills and transfer them into heavy duty, highway trucks, and that kind of stuff as well. So if you have a passion for cars and you want to work in a fast-paced, cutting-edge industry, this is the place for you.
If you love to create digitally, be a star, or direct the next big film, then enroll in the Broadcast Media program at ATC. This is a 10-month, 8-credit program that introduces students to the television, radio, film, and live event broadcast industry.
The Broadcast Media program prepares students for work placement in the broadcasting field. That could be radio, TV, internet, in terms of anything media related. Students here get a nice feel of both hands-on and theory. The hands-on, of course, being real live events. We actually do here not just play events, we actually do things that give them the chance to do something that people will view and be able to watch.
This state-of-the-art facility has a control room, green screen studio, radio room, and a computer lab with all the Adobe softwares to help you become a media star.
The equipment that we have here at the Broadcast Media program is industry standard equipment that companies such as Dome Productions or TSN, CBC News, as well as Global TV all use in their daily work. It's actually a great opportunity for students to use industry standard equipment while they're in high school here. It gives them a great opportunity so that after high school they know the kind of equipment that they'll be using in the industry if they choose to pursue this.
Students will learn all aspects of the broadcasting field. They will do this with theory and hands-on learning. ATC's Broadcast Media program gives students a real-life experience by producing videos for non-profit organizations, broadcasting on LRSD Radio, the school's online radio station, or by streaming live sporting events with multiple cameras, instant replay, hosts, and state-of-the-art graphics.
The Broadcast Media program has taught me a lot of skills such as editing, producing, directing, camera operating, and graphics, and it's been like one great experience, and it's helped me improve what I need to learn for this industry.
In January, the students are sent out for work placement, an essential and vital step to completing the course. If you want to learn more about the program, check out our website at lratc.ca or LRSD TV. You can also simply contact us by phoning 204-237-8951.
ATC Plumbing Trades introduces you to the fast-paced industry in residential, commercial, and industrial plumbing. In this program, students will learn theory and practical skills associated with Level 1 apprenticeship.
We have a state-of-the-art facility, and for example, if you look behind me, we have all the rough-in bays where the students will do everything from roughing in to finishing and actually having fixtures that actually flush and drain and everything.
As well, you will get an overview of tools of the trade, along with the general purpose, care, and maintenance of each tool.
They have a work practicum, which gets them out on the job site and gets their foot into the door, so to speak, so that hopefully after they finish their term here, they gain employment.
You will learn how each type of piping is to be joined, supported, and tested. In this course, students will apply knowledge and skills related to the piping trade that may include fabricating, installing, and laying piping systems. In our plumbing lab, we have a roughing area where students will learn how to install bathtubs, sinks, and drains.
We've learned soldering copper pipe and installing fixtures, and we learned how to work as a team to do that. Kitchen sink and everything.
To learn more about plumbing trades, please visit us at www.lratc.ca or call us at 204-237-8951.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of the LRSD TV presentation of the 2019 Winnipeg High School Football Senior Bowl. Again, I'm Brian Cameron and I'm with Greg Kiesman. Really enjoying this first half of football as the score is 20-16 for the Team Sangster. Looking forward to a great second half of football, Greg.
Yeah, it's been an exciting game so far, Brian. Lots of offense. Some great defensive plays too, but so far it's been Team Sangster that I think has had a little bit more of a polished offense here tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, we've been lucky to see a couple of quarterbacks from each of the teams so far. Not sure what's going to go in the second half, but you know, lots of subbing in and out as we got lots of players here from all across the Winnipeg High School Football League. Of course, these are the grade 12, their last possible game as a high school students. And looking, you know, probably to be able to give one last showcase. A lot of them have signed on with university teams. Some of them maybe trying to give somebody, you know, raise their eyebrow a little bit to maybe give them a second look.
Yeah, and earlier today we talked about some of the players that have moved on to either pro or after playing university or junior. That, you know, there's 17 Winnipeg High School football alumni that are currently fighting for roster spots in the CFL. So that's a testament to the coaching and the training that these players receive in the Winnipeg High School Football League and high schools from Ontario all the way to Brandon, Steinbach, and of course here in Winnipeg.
And here we go, senior bowl rule. Of course, no kickoff, so they will start from their own. Their Team Sangster will start from their own 35-yard line, and a screen pass to the outside to complete to number 32 from Team Sangster, and that is. Well, I'm not sure if we have a number 32 here. Scratched off on my list, but just in case, it's Gabe Stevenson. And if it's not, I stand corrected, and I apologize for that. That get enough for a first down, gets them all the way up to the 47-yard line of Team Sangster. Handoff inside to number 31, Josh Patterson from Garden City. And it is number 11, by the way, from Daniel Mack. Kieran Benson taking over for Team Sangster to start the second half.
Very powerful run. Running back was hit right at the line of scrimmage there and kept the legs pumping and got about 3 or 4 yards there.
The defensive front line of Team Bresch has played really well today, so to be able to get 3 or 4 yards, that really says something to that run. So throwing the ball up to the left side and over the head of his intended receiver, number 80 from Team Sangster. And that would be Peyton Yakimishin from Garden City.
Russell Listmayer from West Kildonia was on the coverage there. You know, I kind of like that there was no call on that, Brian. There was a little bit of contact between the receiver and DB, and I think the ref did a good job there just making a no call.
I think the ball was far enough out of play that it would have been, you know, wouldn't have affected the play enough to really make a call, so I agree with you. So that makes it 3rd and 10. Great punt, well over the head of our Clemens from Team Bresch, and he will field it inside his own end zone. See what he can do, but it will end up being tackled in his own end zone. So, what a great punt by number 21 from St. Paul's, Vince DeRosa.
Yeah, he's got a very strong leg, Brian. He's a good field goal kicker and also a very good punter. So, you know, there's a role for everybody on the team, and obviously he's got a great capability. I hope University is looking at him as a kicker.
Well, that should have raised a few eyebrows, that's for sure. So that will give Team Sangster one more point to put them up 21-16. 12:53 left in the third quarter, and Team Bresch will take over from their own 35-yard line after that 1-point score.
Jackson Tuchinski back in for Team Bresch.
And he will hand off to the inside to what we believe is Stubbs, who will make something happen to the left side, but eventually gang tackled for a gain of about 5. With great speed once he got the ball, Greg, and I really think without that speed, he might not have been able to get those 5 yards.
Yeah, Brian, I really like Stubbs as a ball carrier. He's center of gravity is very low to the ground, making it easy for him to make those quick cuts, and very powerful legs, explosive runner.
So that will make it 2nd and 5 from your own 40-yard line. Chichinski in the shotgun. And he will roll to his right side, try to find someone in action. Well, hang on to the ball, and then run it outside and eventually pushed out of bounds at the midfield stripe. So great run by Chichinski.
Pushed out of bounds by DeRosa. So he's kicking, field goals, punting, and playing DB. He's had a pretty good game so far.
So that will make it 1st and 10. And they're actually going to give him the ball all the way up to the 52-yard line of Team Sangster. Chichinski will continue from the shotgun. Hands it off inside to Stubbs, who will find a bit of room and breaks a tackle and will continue to run downfield. Gets down to just outside the 30-yard line.
Nice run by Stubbs there. You could see him really controlling that ball too. Guys are trying to reach up and rip the ball out, and he's really securing the ball there, making sure that there's no fumble.
Once again, great speed once he, especially once he can break free.
When you watch him run, he just keeps his legs churning. He's spinning, turning, running backwards almost at times, and he just keeps moving forward.
So that will make it 1st and 10 again. Chichinski continues from the shotgun and will look downfield, but will be well over the head of his intended receiver. And that would be number 81. Intended for Sam Hezekiah from River East.
Samuel Okayora from Churchill. Great pressure right up the middle, number 63. He really forced Chichinski to throw the ball a little early on that one.
2nd and 10. Chichinski rolls to his left side and then will throw the ball and up and through the hands of his intended receiver. Once again, number 81, Hezekiah.
He had him open, Brian. It just
a little too high, I think.
It's just a little hard to throw back and across your body like that.
Yeah.
So, good effort, but just a little bit too high for the receiver to bring that down.
So 3rd and 10, and I see Chichinski stays on the field. So they're going to go for it. And he will go from the shotgun with a back on each side of him, who will split off. And he will throw and complete to Hezekiah again, but it's going to be very close, Greg. Very close.
Very close. Yeah, I'll probably have to measure this one.
Off the top of my head, it to me looks like it may. No, I'm not going to say.
They're calling for the yardstick crew.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. I'm not only am I impressed with how the offense and defenses are playing here tonight. I'm also impressed with the amount of hitting. The kids are really laying out each other on both sides of the ball here. I was watching one of the D linemen rush or linebackers rush off the edge there, and they're coming 100 miles an hour out here, Brian.
And even going after that ball, like Hezekiah would really reach for it and manage to pull that off the, basically from his shoestrings. And it looks to me like it might be just short. It is Sangster ball. Turnover on downs. Great play from the Team Brush quarterback Chichinski to Hezekiah, but not quite enough. So Team Sangster will take over.
Just inches.
So, 9:41 left, third quarter, 21-16 for Team Sangster. They will take over. And we'll see if they can make use of this turnover. And we got a timeout being called by Team Sangster.
I don't think they had enough players on the field there, Brian.
And they have pulled over quarterback number 11 from Daniel Mack, Kieran Benson, and sent him back in again. So now you got things settled down. Benson back in the shotgun with a back on each side of him. And he will hand it off, and going to the right side of the field, number 27 from Kildonan East, Josh Bocage.
Gus Broso from Dryden made a nice tackle on that play, Brian. Maybe an instance there where running back should have gone a little bit more north-south than east-west.
Yep. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, it appears. So that make it 2nd and 10, and throwing up the ball and getting close to the first down this time. Number 11, Kieran Benson, complete to number 13, wide receiver from Daniel Mack, Ethan Schnurch. And it's about almost a full 2 yards, so they're going to bring DeRosa out to kick.
Well, the way he's kicked today, don't mind bringing him out there for.
Oh,
for
he's kicked the
a
ball
great
well.
punt. He's done well today. Nice snap.
And another great kick, and that pushes back, fielded at about the 30-yard line. Heading to his right is Clements. Sorry, yes, to his right, and comes back up to about the 34-yard line where he's eventually tackled. So Team Brush will take over from their, actually they're going to give them the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
First and 10, Team Brush.
7:45 left in the third quarter. Rolls to his left. Looking for something. Will hang on to the ball and find a bit of room. And great block on the play by number 99 from Team Brush. And again, that's Isaiah Latander. Looks like he's playing both sides of the ball, Greg.
Yeah, he's playing a little bit of both ways. I love his effort there. He's just, calling up the quarterback there, Meacham to follow him, and looks like they got enough for a first down.
And I think due to the block that he made right at the very end, just enough to spring him through. So great play.
Gotta love when you see a lineman downfield blocking for the quarterback.
Especially that far down line. 1st and 10 from their 46-yard line. Quarterback Devin Macham is back in the game again. And he will hand off inside to Stubbs, who will push and find lots of room. Gain of 11 or 12 even. Just straight down north-south, Greg.
Yeah, it looks like he's just running downhill on that. A little ball hate.
About 11-yard gain. So that will make it 1st and 10 from inside the Sangster side of the field, and Stubbs will find a bit of room to the left side again and will eventually run out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Pardon me, looks like he went out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Second and 5. So down by 5. You know, they keep running like that. That may be what they can do to get themselves back on the lead again. Handoff, and this time fumbled on the play and picked up right away. Oh, flag on the play. Picked up on the play by number 70 from Team Sangster. And that is the defensive lineman from Grant Park, Joel Pash. But then, unfortunately, number 66, I believe, who is Liam Sobering from Murdoch. They gave him a bit of a shot, and refs saw that, and they're going to call an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on that one for sure, a roughing call.
Unnecessary roughness is charged against Team Bresch.
Roughness, it's a 15-yard penalty. Not sure why he had to do that, but referees flagged it. And
well, that's one thing we've seen over last year's game, Greg. I think we've seen a little more aggressive play.
I'd have to agree with you, Brian. There's some guys bringing some heat out here. You know, obviously when you have some heated rivalries in the league here, it obviously carries over to...
Yeah, they don't go away that easy.
To All-Star games.
So Machem passes out to the outside, number 84. Flag on the play after the completion.
Might be roughing the quarterback.
I think we're going to see a roughing the quarterback play here.
Tackle on the play.
Unfortunately, looks like they're flagging number 78, Jack Schaefer from Vincent Massey.
There is a flag on the play.
That will
unnecessary
give
roughness, roughing the passer is charged against Team Bresch.
Against Team Bresch, and gives Team Sangster really good field position.
And that'll be Sangster with the ball at the Team Bresch 24-yard line.
All the way down to the 24-yard line of Team Bresch. Machem will line up in the shotgun with one back behind him. And he will look to pass.
Great pressure off the edge.
Nothing there, so he will hang on to the ball and push it downhill. And tackled from behind on the play by number 50. That is Gus Brosso from Dryden. And I'm watching the sideline there. Number 0 there, Jojo Funk Clements, appears to have a bit of an injury. He's hobbled a little bit. He's staying in the game, though.
Smart decision by the quarterback there, just to take whatever they could get. Some huge pressure coming off the edge from Jack Schaefer from Vincent Massey.
Enough for a first down, so that will get them down to the Team Bresch 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Continues from the shotgun with one back. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Oh, I think he was hoping for somebody to his left side. Nothing there. A bit of a mix-up in the play. So he might have got a yard or two as he hung onto the ball and just ended up going downhill.
Batendre from Calvin in on the play again. Playing both sides of the line. Obviously his engine runs all the time here, Brian.
Yeah, it looks like they given him about a yard. Yeah, about a yard. They've moved the yardstick. So they've got about a yard, end up getting a yard of the play, which is better than the potential loss they would have had. So now 2nd and 9. And he will throw into the middle. Caught on the play by number 13 from Team Sangster, and that is receiver Ethan Snurch from Daniel Mack. Great pass and catch play, Greg.
Great job by the Daniel Mack quarterback and receiver to hook up in the Senior Bowl here. Great job for quarterback to find him wide open in the end zone there. Receiver Snurch got inside position on the DB there and was able to run that post pattern and nice throw by Benson there to score the touchdown.
So with 3:56 left in the third quarter, Team Sangster will go up 27-16, and with the point after, looks like it was missed, so 27-16. No, we don't keep track of stats in these games, and neither does the league, because it is an exhibition game to end. But I'd be interested to know some of the turnovers or the number of turnovers that we've had this game, Greg.
Well, we've seen championship games that have had a heck of a lot more turnovers than what we've seen here. But I don't, these kids are in grade 12. They're experienced football players. They've had great coaching throughout their high school careers. This is a great game for them to highlight their skills.
So handed inside to Stubbs, who continues to churn, and the fact that he actually got 2 or 3 yards just speaks to his heart, because he just would not quit. Handoff on the play from number 11, Macham from West Kildonan.
Sign of a great running back there, really. When you get hit at the line of scrimmage or just behind the line of scrimmage, and you can still get 2 or 3 or 4 yards out of that. What more could a coach ask for out of a running back?
Give him just about 4. Macham will line up in the shotgun with 2 backs. This time he will fake the handoff, but get hit, and a turnover again.
Oh, we're calling incomplete.
And they're going to call it an incomplete pass this time, so no turnover.
Brian, I didn't get the number of the kid who made the play there, made the hit. It was a 91 from...
And they, although the refs are calling incomplete, the Team Sangster defenders are all saying that's a turnover. No instant replay in Winnipeg High School football play, though.
No challenge calls?
No challenge calls.
Coach John Contafio on the Team Sangster there's not too happy with that call.
So punting on the play, number 23, once again, Matt Kennedy, who gets a good kick away. Fielded at about the 38-yard line by number 18, who will find some room out the middle and will miss a couple tackles and get down to about the 46, appears like. Fielded by number 18 from Garden City, Jared Alcaraz.
We talked about him earlier, Brian. He's one of those highlight reel type players from Garden City.
Really slippery.
Great return. I'm sure Brian Doby out at U of M is just excited to see some of these players joining his program. I'm sure they'll be a force in the next few years.
So they will take over 1st and 10 from the Team Brush 46-yard line. Number 11, Daniel Mack, Kieran Benson from the shotgun. Will look down the middle. Oh, through the hands of the intended receiver. Great defense on the play from number 81, Team Brush. Sam Hezekiah.
Kid I'm really impressed with right now is Jack Schaefer from Vincent Mass. He's just coming off the edge, number 78. He's just coming off the edge. I don't think they can block him right now, Brian. You've got Filowich inside at D tackle, and boy, I tell you, Schaefer's just coming real hard off the edge.
And looking this time to the left side and throwing it up for his intended receiver, but great defense on the play by number 7, Brandon Kamens from Vincent Massey. Intended on the play for number 13, Ethan Snurch. So that will make it 3rd and 10. And DeRosa comes out on the field again for another punt. So fortunately not too much damage for the turnover, but they, of course, Team's Brush will be pushed back. Oh, interesting. Kicked out of bounds. I'm not exactly sure why number 99 from Team Brush didn't try to grab the ball or block the ball. Isaiah Latonder.
Technically, they're not supposed to rush the punter. They're not supposed to try to block it. So.
Oh, I see. Is that's another Senior Bowl rule?
That's another Senior Bowl rule. It's kind of a gentleman's agreement that they're not going to do this. And,
okay.
And there's technically no penalty on the play, but you know, kind of one of those things where you just go, what are we going to do here? So DeRosa handled that well and was able to get the punt off, and you know, still a decent punt considering that he had a little bit of pressure in his face.
So Team Bresch will take over from their 14-yard line. 1:37 left in the third quarter. This quarter seems to be going a little quicker, Greg.
Lots of action, Brian. It makes it go by quickly. Oh, he's going to great pressure.
Great rush on the play by number 10, or pardon me, number 18, Jared Alcaraz from Team Sangster to sack the quarterback behind the play.
Oh, man, he just came off that edge. He kind of ducked down underneath the blocker there and just got upfield fast. Again, one of those kids who's going to go on to play university here at U of M. And like I said before, Brian Doby must be very excited to have this graduating class coming out of Winnipeg High School Football League.
Loss of about 7 yards on the play. That would be 2nd and 17. Handed in the side this time for number 28, Darnell Udo from Miles Mack, and he will get be a little short of the original line of scrimmage. So, well, they'll give him the line of scrimmage. So about 7 yards. So Matt Kennedy from Vincent Massey comes out to punt the ball back to Team Sangster.
Alcaraz and Nathaniel King Wilson from Daniel Mack are back to receive the punt for Team Sangster.
Although we're not seeing much of that sun that we'd hoped to see this afternoon. Ball's high, so Kennedy pulls it down. Fielded at about. Oh, and the ball is moving back, and a generous pickup at about the 30-yard line by number 18 again, Jared Alcaraz.
Smart play by Alcaraz just to get on that ball real quick and get some yardage out of that. Of course, the punter could have returned or recovered it, and that would have been enough yardage for a first down.
And then, of course, an unfortunate bounce for Team Bresch as they are, the ball bounces back towards them and right in the middle of everything. And, once the ball's fielded, of course, they're going to throw the flag given the vicinity, the number of players in the vicinity. So this should be the last play of the third quarter,
barring any penalties.
And I see that Brody Lawson is back in the game for Team Sangster. He will start from the shotgun.
Jet.
Hand the ball off, a jet play, running to the right side, but pursued on the play really well by number 50, Gus Brousseau from Dryden.
Everett Finley, number 2 from Garden City on that jet reverse. Well defended by Team Bresch there to only allow 2 yards on that.
Much more of a defensive quarter as we only saw 1 touchdown. Score is 21-16. Team Sangster remains in the lead.
28-16, Brett.
Pardon me, 28-16. Only saw 1 touchdown. The ball was being moved, but, a couple turnovers, change the momentum a couple times for teams getting things going.
Well, it's fourth quarter, Brian. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and it is not out of reach for Team Bresch to come back and win. Only 2 scores. However, Team Sangster is second, and it looks like 9, maybe 8 from their the Team Bresch 19-yard line. Lawson from the shotgun, and he will look and hang on to the ball, but nothing there, and he will be brought down by Filowich.
All 6'7" of Filowich. Hard guy to block, I'll tell you.
That is a big young man. I had a chance to watch him play at the St. Vital Invitational basketball tournament, and he's got some skill.
You know, he's a two-sport guy, athlete. He's been offered some basketball and football scholarships, and what I've heard is that he's taken his talent down to the U.S. for basketball prep school. So, very talented athlete.
And I would not be surprised if I recall. He's a team handball player also. Multi-sport athlete, and I think I remember seeing him play in the league last year.
Well, DeRosa just hit a 28-yard field goal. Again, I'm very impressed with DeRosa as a kicker. Obviously, he's got some talent here.
So that makes the score 31-16 with 14:04 left in the fourth quarter. So again, stick around after the game, folks. We're going to stick around until we see the MVP choices from each team, and then we'll let you go for this year's version of the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl.
Well, and of course, we'll have the presentation of the Jerry James Trophy for the winning team of the Senior Bowl. And of course, Jerry James, a famous Bomber alumni.
Tuchinski back in the game, and he will throw the ball up, and he's hit just as he throws the ball, and down to his intended receiver, number 14, Ben Harrington. But he is hit just as he's thrown the ball, and there's a flag down on the play, and I would not be surprised if that's a roughing the quarterback call. Yes, they're calling a roughing the quarterback call, and I think I'm actually seeing two penalties, Greg.
Yeah, I saw number 63 from Churchill, Samuel Okoyoyer, who got a great upfield push and got his hands up in Tuchinski's face. And you know, the refs are going to make that call every time when you make contact with a quarterback in the head.
So this could be big penalty yardage here.
And that'll be a first down for Team Bresch. Ball is...
So it brings the ball down to the 50-yard line of Team Bresch. Down 31-16 with 13:44 left in the fourth quarter. You got to think Coach Doby was cringing when he sees stuff like that, though, Greg.
Absolutely.
So Tuchinski from the shotgun, and he will look down the middle again through the hands of his intended receiver, number 22, Stubbs, and there is another flag on the play. Holding this time, though, against Team Bresch, so this is going to come back.
Well, Brian, I'm just very impressed with both teams. Their D lines have been excellent. They just got that great jump upfield and pressure on quarterbacks. Quarterbacks really haven't had a lot of time to throw today.
That will make it, this will make it 2nd and 20. And watch a card. Yes, okay, now that, thank you. I was watching the linesmen there, the yard handlers, and it is a 1st and 20. Great pressure from the Sangster defensive line and tackled on the play by number 70. But really, the sack should almost be given to, and somebody came in from behind and really got some great pressure, and I couldn't see who it was, Greg, but still. Tackled on the play by number 70 from Team Sangster, and that is defensive lineman Joel Pash from Grant Park.
Yeah, the defensive ends have just come off the line outstanding, and just getting upfield penetration and forcing the quarterbacks to step up.
So Tuchinski will hand the ball off to Stubbs this time, who will go to his right side. There is a flag on the play. Another flag on the play, so we got 2 flags down. And I can't help but to wonder if some of the players on Team Bresch are getting a little frustrated. 12:30 left in the fourth quarter. And we're just waiting for the penalty calls here. We got a holding, and I missed the first call. There was 2 penalties there.
Might have been a face mask. Ref was pointing or facing the other direction there, so I couldn't tell really. But both penalties are going against Team Bresch here.
That's a 15-yard penalty. Holding, White. That penalty's declined. 3rd down.
All right.
So I think they're calling Stubbs here for hands to the face. Obviously running backs can use their hands to help defend, but I guess if they get it up in close with the defender, they'll call it. So it looks like they're declining both penalties.
No, they took the 15-yard penalty, Greg.
Oh, pardon me. So it's 3rd down and 33?
Yep.
So Team Sangster is going to get some good field position.
Kennedy out to punt. Fumbles it a little bit, but it's way a high punt, but we fielded just inside midfield by number 2. Tackled from behind, but a great tackle by Stubbs, number 22. Little extra jump in that one, and that step. That tackle. I think. And we got some little extracurricular stuff happening in the game today. Very unusual for the Senior Bowl, Greg, to see this kind of stuff happen at all.
Guys are getting fired up. Coaches are telling players get off the field. Getting back to the great play there by Stubbs, though. Young guy who's going to probably go on to play big time at either junior or university, and obviously could play special teams and running back, and what a talented player.
And I'm watching some antics from the other side of the field, Greg, and just some taunting taking place that just isn't necessary after the flags are already down. And the Senior Bowl is a game. Get out, play, get competitive, but stand tall. And I know that the coaches don't want to see that kind of thing.
No, and if this is your last high school game, you don't want to, take a penalty or at worst get disqualified or something like that out of the game, because this is, after all, just an all-star game.
And this won't taint the league, of course, because we have great football. And I was just about to say that in the entire time, because we've been connecting with the Winnipeg High School Football League for 3 years now, over 3 years now, and this is the first time in all of our time we've seen anything like this. 3 flags down on the play, so we're waiting to hear from the referees as to what the calls will be.
So they're talking to number 67, Mateo Vaccaro from St. Paul's, offensive lineman, who's also going to U of M, off to the Bisons, and looks like it's Latondre from Team Bresch. And Stubbs.
We have multiple infractions on the play.
I'm watching
unnecessary
the coaches.
roughness, white,
pulling the kids together, and I got to do the conversation.
Unnecessary roughness, blue, number 97.
Very strong.
Rough play, disqualification, white, number 33. That's a 25-yard penalty,
strong,
first down.
So it sounds like number 33 from Team Bresch has been disqualified. Keyshawn Gaskins from Vincent Massey, by all accounts, is disqualified. So he'll be going to the dressing room a little earlier.
And Keyshawn Gaskin was a young man that we spoke a lot of during the championship game earlier this year, Greg. Had a great game, if I recall. Well, he appears to still be on the field, Greg. Okay, check that. I'm watching him leave the field now.
And as a result of those penalties, it'll be first down, Team Sangster, with the ball at the Team Bresch 26-yard line.
Sorry, folks, just getting a little mixed up on the numbers here.
So yeah, there's actually 2 33s.
Or it appears to us that there is. So we're getting a little confused.
On the roster here, you can see we have 2 33s. Listmeyer is also from West Kildonan, so we're not sure which 33 has been disqualified.
So Lawson will hang on to the ball, fakes a handoff, and rolls to his right. It looks incomplete downfield. Caught on the play at about the 12-yard line by number 13 from Team Sangster, Ethan Schnurch, who's had a great game today.
That'll be a first down
as we get played
for
up
Team
and going
Sangster.
again. So 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Team Sangster is up 31-16 and threatening to score again.
Lawson he's such a playmaker. He, looks like he's about to get tackled, and obviously makes a great throw and catch.
What a great throw. So we will look this time to his left side, and intercepted on the play by Stubbs, who will bring it out and will find some room. Can he bust his last tackle? No!
Great
Caught
tackle
by the shoestrings by number 12 from Grant Park, Ridley Coppins. And that may have saved a touchdown.
He was gone if that shoestring tackle doesn't take place. Wow. So it looks like, all-star game. We're going to play some kids in different positions. Stubbs is just as good as a DB as he is a running back, it looks like.
Great tackle by Coppins. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line after almost a touchdown from this Team Sangster.
That was a right read by the Lawson. It was just slightly underthrown.
Tuchinski's back in the game again. Handoff inside and cutting to his left side this time is Stubbs, who will find a bit of room. Looks like he will get about 5 yards, 4 yards maybe. Tuchinski is back in the game, Greg.
I think Calgary was in on that tackle for Team Sangster, 55.
So he will operate from a shotgun with one back beside him. And he will throw the ball up and just evades. Through the hands of his intended receiver, number 9 from Team Bresch, and that is Kyler Filowich. All the way downfield, Greg. Kyler Filowich, did you see where he was?
Yes, he had it, but he dropped it. Great pass and run, or great pass for sure by Tuchinski, and Filowich almost had that.
Must have lined up as a tight end, Greg.
Well, I think somewhere out there for sure, but he was open.
I missed that.
I don't know how the DBs missed him out there at 6'7".
And a good speed, I mean.
Oh yeah, well he's a basketball player. I'm sure he can run. He's got some ability to get down the field. Not a bad play, really, when you're 6'7". Throw it up high. You might come down with a rebound or two.
And really through his mitts, too. Used to catching a basketball, maybe. Kudos to young Kyler Filowich, because I don't think anybody expected him to be that far downfield. So Matt Kennedy's out to punt for Team Bresch. Oh, and a bit of a miss kick on this one, and it will land, and they will call it dead right away this time. As soon as it hits the ground at about the 47-yard line, it appears like they're giving Team Sangster. 9:39 left in the fourth quarter. The 2019 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. Thanks, folks, for joining the Riel LRSD TV presentation. Just a note as we're waiting for the display, this entire program today is student-driven, student-done. All the cameras, all the work is done by students except for us two, us old guys that they've allowed to join. So Lawson's back, and he will look, and it's blocked and up in the air, and there's a flag on the play, and I think they're going to call roughing the quarterback again.
Yeah, looks to me like they're going to call a hit to the head here on the Sangster
Lawson,
yeah.
I don't know if there was any intent on that one, but still he got hit. It looks like he got hit to the head.
No, it looked like it was just like a follow through. They knocked it down with their hands, and then just a little bit of follow through just caused that contact. And they're going to call that every time too.
And they should.
The result of the play is an incomplete pass. The foul on the play is unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer, number 9. 15 yards, first down.
They're calling Kyler Filowich on roughing the passer. This may be Kyler's last football game. So that will bring the ball all the way down to the Bresch 32-yard line. 9-11, fourth quarter. Team Bresch down 31-16 to Team Sangster. Lawson in the shotgun with two backs. And he will pitch out to number 35, who is hit behind the line, well behind the line, for a big loss by number 78. Flag on the play. So tackled well behind the line by number 78,
and
Jack
Rory Nickel,
Schaefer
the ball
from Vincent
carrier,
Massey, but then there's a flag on the play. So I missed that, Greg. I don't know if you saw something.
Well, I just wondered if it was something after the play.
Well, it was definitely after the play and away from the play. I was too busy watching the tackle.
Yeah, it was a great play by Schaefer to come up and make the tackle, but I'm just wondering if the refs are calling a little bit of misconduct here in terms of what they're saying on the field.
We have multiple fouls on the play. Objectionable conduct, white number 9. Objectionable conduct, white number 78. Both those penalties have a penalty box rule. They will be up for 3 plays, 30-yard penalty,
number
first down.
78, who just made the tackle, Greg. So tell me, do they think he got over aggressive?
I think it's what they're saying, Brian. Objectionable conduct is usually something that they're either saying or celebrating afterwards, and I think both Filowich and
at the conclusion of the game this afternoon, we will have the presentation of
Schaefer
the Jerry James Trophy,
asked to leave the
which
field
is
by the
presented
referee,
annually
so
to the winner of the Senior Bowl.
They're probably asking them just to calm down a little bit and
take
a breather here. I think the rules are they have to be off the field for about 3 plays.
Okay. Well, that negates what was actually a great defensive play by Schaefer. Pushes the ball well downfield for Team Sangster. 8:50 left in the fourth quarter. And they will take it 1st and 10 from the Team Bresch 13-yard line. Lawson from the shotgun, this time with 1 back behind him. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He'll drop back and nothing there, so he will hang on to the ball, cut to his left, find a bit of room, break a couple of tackles, and run inside for the touchdown. Brody Lawson will put Team Sangster up 37-16 with 8:19 left in the fourth quarter.
Boy, he made that look easy.
Slipped away from a couple of defenders and inside for the touchdown.
Well, I think that's the dagger that Coach Radlinski on coaching Team Sangster was hoping for. With 8:19 left, 37-16.
To the credit of the Team Bresch secondary, though, they were covering the receivers quite well. And that didn't give what appeared to me to Brody Lawson not much to throw to, so he just took the ball in himself.
Yeah, Lawson's a great player. I mean, like, as a quarterback, he's able to evade a lot of pressure and read the play. And he's thrown, I think, one or 2 interceptions today, but, you know, well read, and maybe the ball's a little bit underthrown or the receiver may be broken the wrong direction. But I think Lawson's had a great game. If I'm picking an MVP, it might be him today.
And with 8:19 left, that's a 3-touchdown lead for Team Sangster over Team Bresch, who will take over from their own 35-yard line. Team Sangster seems to be taking their time and getting out on the field, so they will have to take a timeout. Well, that being said, your Team Bresch, Greg, what are you doing to try to get yourself into this game or finish strong right now?
Well, I think first of all, you just want to calm the players down a little bit. We got to remind ourselves that it's just this is an all-star game or Senior Bowl, and you know, we want to come out here and take the high road and not take any more stupid penalties. So step 1 is be cool, collected, poised out there, and step 2 is, you know, finish strong. Like, it's 38-16, and let's make some good football plays here happen.
And I got to agree with you. You know, just you always want to stand tall. And I remember, you know, I didn't play as much football as you did, but one thing that emphasized and stuck with me was always finish with your head high, you know, getting beat or not. And I think, you know, finish strong. They got some serious talent on that Team Bresch team, and I think they could still do some things with the 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tuchinski in, and he will drop back. Looks, and there's nothing there, and eventually brought down on the play by number 70 from Team Sangster, looking for something, and there just wasn't anything there for him.
Wow, kudos to Team Sangster DBs. They had everyone covered. There was nobody open at all.
And that would be Joel Pash from Grant Park, and we've said his name a few times this afternoon.
Coach Dom Contafio on Team Sangster. He's the defensive coach there, and he's directing his DBs how to play, and it was a great call there. They went man-to-man, and there was nobody open, Brian.
6-yard loss in the play, so 2nd and 16. Tuchinski will continue from the shotgun. Bad snap, but he recovers okay. And over the head of his intended receiver, number 2, Brock Gates from Calvin.
You know, just on that play, you could just see the arm strength of Tuchinski. I mean, he's bending down, picking up the ball. Doesn't have great footwork because he's obviously recovering a fumble or a low snap, and he just stands there, and his arms is so quick that he could just get that ball out there so fast. Very impressive as a quarterback.
And it is 3rd and 16, and they're going to go for it. Another not a great snap, and once again brought down on the play. Nothing, and a turnover on downs. Once again, it looks like number 70, Joel Pash from Grant Park. great work from Joel Pash, and he's having himself a great game today.
Yeah, you know, obviously they know it's a passing situation, so the advantage is to the defensive linemen because they know that they could just pin their ears back and get after that quarterback. And Tuchinski really didn't have a whole lot of time to sit back there and find an open receiver.
So Team Sangster will take over on downs. Lawson will continue in the shotgun. And he will hand off to his running back number 12, but he is met right away by big Kyler Filowich, and he says, "You're not getting anywhere this time."
Schaefer and Filowich are both back in the game.
Yeah, and so that's a loss of almost 6 on the play. That was run by Ben Hilton from Oak Park.
Team Sangster's probably just going to run the ball, try to take as much time off the clock as possible.
So Lawson sees nothing. He will hang on to the ball and just run upfield, and eventually pushed out of bounds. Now from my side, he appears to be short of the first down, and he will be about 3 yards short of the first down. So Team Sangster will continue. 3rd and 3 or 4. Lawson fumbled the ball a bit, but actually managed to hand it off to his running back, Ridley Coppins from Grant Park.
Latondre for Team Bresch in on that tackle. Looks like they didn't get enough for first down, Brian, so it's going to be first down for Team Bresch.
So good defensive series from Team Bresch and take over the ball on downs. 5:40 left in the 4th quarter as we wind down this 2019 Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. One change that we have this year, the crowd is actually right below us. They used to be on the opposite side of the field so we could see how big it is.
It's a decent crowd, Brett.
It is a decent crowd.
I noticed Commissioner Bannon, Jeffrey Bannon brought out the Jerry James Trophy, so stay tuned for the award of that.
So Tuchinski complete to his receiver, Ben Harrington, who will get enough for the first down. Push the ball up to about the 32-yard line of Team Bresch, pardon me. Tuchinski again drops back. This time will escape and find some room to his left side, but eventually hit on the play and brought down by number 81.
91, Brett.
Pardon me, 91. From Dakota, Daniel Okadara. Great pursuit by Daniel Okadara.
Well, it's given me
again not a lot of time for
for
Tuchinski to throw.
But was still able to gain about 4 yards on the play, so 2nd and 6.
And Team Sangster doesn't mind him running the ball. Takes more time off the clock.
3:57 left in the 4th quarter, and Tuchinski's going to see what he can do here. Drops back and hit just as he lets the ball go, but through the hands of his intended receiver Clements, but hit just as he let the ball go by number 34 from Team Sangster, and that is from Elmwood, Evan Melville Toth. So given the way things are going, I got to believe they're going to go for it.
Probably, Brian, and I think Tuchinski is going to have a few ice packs on today. He's taken a few hits.
Football players love that, eh? Badges of honor. So, 3rd and 6. Tuchinski's back to pass, and he will look downfield. Complete to his receiver, number 81, who will keep fighting for a few extra yards and eventually brought out on the play by number 9. That is Dominic Einerson from Crocus Plains. Caught on the play by number 81 from Team Hesh. Flag on the play too.
First down territory.
Sam Hezekiah. And we're going to have a penalty against Team Hesh. What a great play.
Again, it's objectionable conduct.
At the end of the play, we have objectionable conduct. White, number 81. That's a 15-yard penalty. 3 plays for number 81. First down.
So great catch, but unfortunately, Hezekiah took a objectionable conduct penalty at the end of the play there, so he's off for 3 plays.
And as a result of the penalty, it'll be a first down for Team Bresch with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
So that was after the play, so it would still be just 1st and 10, but they will push it back to the 35-yard line.
Just on the other side there, I'm looking at head coach Jordy Wilson for Team Bresch, and he's talking colorfully to the referees there. Not happy with that call.
So Tuchinski fakes a handoff, pulls it inside, and will hit more than enough on the run in his zone and pushes upfield and comes down at about the midfield strike. Great 15-yard run from young Jackson Tuchinski, trying to make a statement as he's finishing this game today.
Well, it probably takes us to the 3-minute warning, Brian, so
3 minutes left, or just under 3 minutes left, 2:57.
Clock stops on that play.
High snap, but handed off to number 28. Darnell Udo.
From Miles Mack. Haven't called his name a lot today.
Called it a few times. I mean, he's a big young man. Once he gets going, I think he's hard to bring down.
Yeah, he's got some good skills.
So that will make it 2nd and just over 1. Tuchinski's back to pass, and he will throw it. Oh, knocked down. Great defensive play by number 22 from Garden City, Reese Francie.
Francie came across. He's sitting back there playing free safety. He read the quarterback, Tuchinski, looking at the receiver all the way down the field, and he just timed it perfectly to knock down that pass, Brian.
So 2:25 left in the 4th quarter, and it is 3rd and just over 1 yard. I'm going to believe that they're going to try to work for the first down here and just, punch it up and just get the first down yardage so they can keep the ball.
Keep the drive going?
No, he's going to pass. And through the hands of his intended receiver, number 88, Ethan Dano from Dakota. And that will be a turnover on downs, and Team Sangster will take over with 2:21 left in the 4th quarter. Greg, do you agree with that play? Would you have just tried to get the first down?
Well, if it's a meaningful game, I'd probably just get the first down. But it's Senior Bowl, so why not go after it? They're down, quite a few points here. They need 3 scores to come close. So
I'm watching young number 28 there. We just spoke of him, Darnell Uda from Miles Mack, kind of hobbled off the field. I hope he's okay. He's being looked at on the bench over there.
Like I said, Brian, for an All-Star game or a Senior Bowl, guys have really thrown their bodies around today.
So we have number 18 in the game at quarterback, Jared Alcaraz, who will take over and doesn't get much. In fact, he's dropped for a loss behind the play.
Alcaraz was quarterback at Garden City. We haven't seen him play a lot of quarterback today. He's played some defense and stuff like that. So good to see him get a few snaps here for Team Sangster.
Now I see that Lawson is in the game, but I'm wondering if we're going to see him play at receiver then. Yeah, we are. And that's something we did see earlier this season when St. Paul was playing. Was Lawson did play some receiver also. So Alcaraz will complete to Lawson, speak of, and he will get back about 3 or 4 yards of the loss of the play, the previous sack. So
those were hard yards, Brian.
Yes, they were.
There's some nastiness going on the field down there.
So that's a 3rd down. And there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be called against Team Bresch.
Latonder.
And another flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
And Latonder has taken his helmet off. Did they get a penalty for that, Greg?
No, I don't think so, Brian, but obviously I was watching him. He's doing a little dance in front of Team Sangster, and I don't think the referees take too kindly to that.
And then I think he said something.
We have objectionable conduct, number 99. We have objectionable conduct, number 99. That's 30 yards and penalties. First down.
And you know, he's had a great game today. We've called his name a number of times, and
well, I think Team Bresch has taken 4 objectionable conducts in this quarter alone. So there's they've kind of lost a little bit of control over there. Coach Wilson better take some control of those players and get them to take the high road here.
They could be a little frustrated. So that will make it 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Team Bresch. And pursuit of the play. Filowich actually had him flushed out pretty good, but
Alcaraz may score here.
Alcaraz may go all the way. Eventually tackled on the play by number 22, Stubbs. But what a great run by Alcaraz. Almost tackled on the play by Filowich, though. Just missed him.
Boy, he's got some speed.
He does.
Holy. Going to U of M as a DB.
1:39 left in the Senior Bowl, and the clock keeps running down. So that will make it 1st and goal for Team Sangster. They are already up 38-16, so the outcome of this game is, we know what's going to happen, so just going to see how it finishes. Handed off to the inside, looks like to number
35, Brian.
Number 35 is from Crocus, Rory Nickel. Just on the outside of the 5-yard line. So 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal. So Alcaraz will look to pass, and he will throw it into the corner.
Jump ball.
Over top of the head of his intended receiver, number 81, Aiden Campbell from Dakota.
Well, it looks like they're going to attempt a field goal here. Vince DeRosa on to kick a field goal. Looks like it's about a 15-yard, 14-yard field goal. Pardon me, 12-yard. It's a tough angle, though. This is not a gimme.
42 seconds left. Again, stick with us after the game, folks, because we will cover the presentation of the trophy and the announcement of the 2 MVPs.
Kick is good, I believe. Yes, the Jerry James Trophy will be awarded to the Team Sangster, and of course the MVPs for the games will be announced.
And I'm watching Jeffrey Bannon get ready.
It's a cool football trophy there, Jerry James Trophy.
Overall, a really good game today, Greg.
Yeah, overall, with the exception of the objectionable conducts in the fourth quarter here, it's a well-played game. And
on both sides.
Yeah, we saw some great defensive play and some excellent quarterbacking from both sides of the ball.
So Chichinski will hand it off in shotgun to number 32, who will find some room to the left side and eventually hauled out of bounds at about the 52-yard line.
Preston Cull from Murdoch with the ball.
So great run by Preston from Murdoch. That's a 1st and 10 from the 52-yard line with 26 seconds left. Pitch back to Chichinski, who will throw it up, and he will throw it out. Oh, caught on the play by number 81. What a great throw by Chichinski.
Joe flea flicker
to Sam Hezekiah. 17 seconds left in the game, and Chichinski throws a bomb, and what a great catch by Hezekiah. And again, we have another what appears to be objectionable conduct penalty on the play, Greg.
Well, it's after the touchdown, so the points will stay on the board.
So
did he call the white bench?
I didn't quite make it out, but you might be right. So that being said, when Team Sangster takes over, they'll take over from their own 50-yard line instead of the 35.
Well, they still have to kick the convert or go for 2 here. So.
Oh, you know what? The check that. That's where the convert's going to come from.
That's right. It's on the 20-yard line.
So they're going to go for 2.
Oh, 17 seconds left after this play.
And Chichinski will throw it into the corner. And caught on the play, but a flag, and I think they're going to call number 2, Brock Gates from Calvin, for pushing from behind to clear some room for himself. That's my opinion, Greg. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going to call pass interference on
offense.
On the offense here. Well, the Stripes have certainly earned their pay for today. It's been a lot of nylon on the ground.
So they're gonna do this again. All the way back.
The 35-yard line.
And what should have been from the 5-yard line. So here we go. If anything, for sure, we could say it's been an interesting finish today.
Well, I'd throw that pass again to Hezekiah. It has worked before. It might work again.
You know, that why not? Chichinski rolls to his right, looks back to his left, nothing there, so he will find some room, and then he's going to look back, and this time he's going to throw into the corner, And intercepted on the play and brought down in his own end zone by number 22 defensive back from Garden City, Reese Francie. You know, he, if anything else, throwing on the run to have that kind of arm strength from outside the 35-yard line, that was a great throw. Yes, it was intercepted, but good job by Jackson Tuchinski. Good read on the play also by number 22, Reese Francie from Garden City. So we have 17 seconds left, and Team Sangster will take over from their own 35-yard line. Score is 41-22. So we are going to see them just kill the clock, and I'm trying to figure out the number.
It's Mateo. Sorry, not Mateo. 67. Mateo Vaccaro. He's the center from St. Paul's who's now taking the snaps. And again, it's high school all-star
And that
game.
will be it, folks.
Having a little bit of fun on the Sangster side. Coach Radlinski gets the Gatorade dump on him for being the winning coach here for Team Sangster.
Congratulations to Team Sangster winning 41-22 over Team Bresch. A great football game. Put aside all the a little bit of the stuff happening towards the end of the game, but I really enjoyed this game today. And hopefully, the kids will walk away and enjoy it themselves. And again, just a reminder, folks, stick around for the presentation of the Jerry James Trophy and the 2 MVP presentations. Thank you very much for joining us for the 2019 Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl from Investors Group Field. Presentation of the LRSD TV and a student-led, student-run broadcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Pretty excited about football this year, Greg, in Winnipeg.
Again, the atmosphere and the talent level of football in this province, and especially here with the Rifles and the Bisons and the Bombers, and it's going to be an exciting year. And so many great Winnipeg High School Football League player alumni that are going to play in the CFL and play key roles in the CFL this year. So it's exciting to see. And I'm hopeful that some of these kids will be able to play on past high school and obviously go into maybe someday playing for the CFL.
And how about apparently the announcement of an NFL exhibition game here in Winnipeg? It just speaks to the love of football in this city. So MVP from Team Sangster is number 84, Tristan Hutter.
From St. Paul, receivers from St. Paul's.
Surprisingly, we were picking Lawson, but that's still a really good pick.
Mm-hmm.
And Braden Stubbs from Vincent Massey, most valuable player from Team Bresch. Congratulations to both teams.
We've called his name quite a bit.
That was a good pick.
Yeah.
He has played one heck of a game today.
Great job coming off the edge and getting a few sacks today.
Yeah. Good pick so far. Hard to argue with any of that.
Rousseau, we called his name as well from Team Bresch. He had a solid game playing at linebacker, lots of tackles, good run block, run stopper in the middle of the field there.
Great game by everybody. Well, grade 12s, I hope that you enjoyed your final football game as a grade 12, both from Team Sangster and Team Bresch. great game for us to call. Once again, thank you for being part of the LRSD TV student-led production of the Winnipeg High School Football League Senior Bowl from 2019. Hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you on behalf of myself and my colleague here today, Greg Kiesman. And we hope that we will see you join us for the bowl games in the fall. Looking forward to some great football in Manitoba.